I'm laughing because, like I said, when I read the article, it sounded like they was actually coming up with a new story for a Mission Impossible movie or a new 007 movie. Bro, it said, wait, was convicted of conspiring with members of a polygamous sect in Utah known as the Order in one of the most audacious tax frauds in history. Polygamous, the Order, it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I just immediately think of Eyes Wide Shut, man. Remember that movie where they was walking around with goat's heads and stuff?
Yo, welcome back to Jack of All Trades. This is episode 6. I'm your host, Jamal. To the left of me is my man, Stan. And to the far left is my boy, Tom. Fellas, talk to me. How we feeling this week?
Feeling good.
Feeling good, man. It's a good week.
Yeah? How so?
Still living and breathing, man. That's just that simple.
Hey, bro. Any type of time above ground, you should be grateful for. I appreciate that. So Tom, so what's going on out in the West, bro? I mean, we know me and Stan, we over here in Jersey on the east side. So what's going on out west?
Oh man, well, it was raining. It was raining earlier this morning, but last week I was able to get out to the beach for Easter, so that was nice. That was enjoyable. As always, you out here a lot of times. You get stuck in a rat race out here. The beach is 10 miles away, and you get stuck in a rat race, and you don't even get to make it that 10 miles just to chill.
Yeah.
Some folks got to figure it out. They go out there and surf every day, but some of us, man, we trying to grind and get it. So we don't have time to get to the beach all the time, So it was cool. It was chill with the family, having a good time.
That's what's up.
So that was love. That was complete love. So that's what we on, man. That's what life's supposed to be about. Like Stan talking about every day on 10 is good. So that's where we at, man. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do this year, next year, for a lifetime. Be on that up and positive vibe.
Word.
There you go.
Me too, bro. I need some R&R in my life, bro. Next month is our me and Z's 10-year anniversary. We trying to figure out where we trying to go. Hawaii is definitely a place where I want to go, but you brought up rain. Hawaii been under mad rainstorms these past month during rainy season. Like it rained more than usual. You know what I'm saying? And
they was having tons of floods.
I know. And something I found out about, like the water turning brown, that brown is not mud, bro. Because I found out that Hawaii, they have a lot of septic tanks out there. A lot of septic tanks out there. So when they're flooded out there, like, everything from the septic is overflowing into the water. So now, like, there's high levels of bacteria in the water and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, like now I don't want to go, but I still want to go. Because where I want to go, I'm going to venture the entire island, but the island I want to go to is Oahu. You know what I'm saying? Waikiki. Visit that part. You know what I'm saying? And then possibly get a rental, you feel me, and just drive to the other side, drive to the North Shore or something like that and see what's going on other parts. Because really, I want to go to a place where I can actually experience the people. Now, I could do that on my own, but you know what I'm saying, like places like, Jamaica and stuff like that. But if I do that, I'm going to be on high alert because I'm not looking just for myself. I'm looking for my wife too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just going out there, walking around on my P's and Q's, looking around, watching out for myself and my wife. You know what I'm saying? I feel more comfortable about myself. But if I'm out there being like in protector mode, you know what I'm saying, like on purpose, then it's taken away from the R&R part. Like I'm trying to relax and enjoy things. I don't want to be on my P's and Q's, making sure that my wife doesn't get robbed or anything like that. So, but that's why I chose Hawaii. You feel me? Because like I've been in Hawaii twice when I was in the military, but I could walk around and visit some things and enjoy nature and go on hiking trails and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Without really have to worry about, people running up on me. Because I have nothing but great experiences about Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just unfortunate. I would like to have that same experience other places, but travel advisories and things like that. It'll probably be different if I had family, which I do, but it's just that I don't know anyone like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about generations removed. Like I haven't seen none of my family in Jamaica ever. I hear stories and stuff like that. I heard we got land and all types of properties in Jamaica, but I've never met them. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I can just go out there and, hey, yo, cuzzo, what's going on? And they embrace me with open arms. They probably would, because that's how Jamaica people are in general. They're very friendly and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I went to Jamaica twice, more like a resort vibe vacation, but even the people, you know what I'm saying? Like when I did go out into the towns and stuff like that, like a little excursion, like I can tell, other than doing their job, I can tell that they're very soulful and genuine people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I literally felt like I was at home when I went to Jamaica.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
love.
So, but that's what I'm trying to figure out, bro. I'm trying to go somewhere, I can experience some things with my wife for our 10-year anniversary. But it's looking like
First off,
Hawaii, though. Definitely.
congratulations
Oh
to
yeah.
both of y'all.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. She out right now. She out in somewhere in Pennsylvania for a AAU basketball tournament for my nephew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know y'all be out there
Mhm.
hooping. I know your nephew be hooping.
At the
So.
spooky nook. It's a big sports complex out there. All types of sports. Be getting it in on the basketball tip. But yeah, bro.
You said he a guard? What position he play?
My nephew? Now my
Yeah.
nephew, he my stepson, he a guard.
Okay.
He the one. But my nephew, he might be more like a probably like a power forward type, small forward, power
Okay.
forward type build. You know what I'm saying? But he got handles though. So I call him a Swiss Army knife utility. You know what I'm saying? He could shoot, he can drive. He's like husky, he's built, so you ain't gonna bully him, you feel me? So he's pretty good. I know he's still growing to his body, but if I could equate him to somebody, I would think like Charles Barkley.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just by like his size alone.
All right.
That makes sense.
Trying to choose my words carefully. I'm trying to go through a whole episode without saying pause.
Okay.
But yeah. But yo, fellas, so what we got in today, bro? Tom, what's going on?
All right, so we're gonna start this off, right? With a lot of people I'm sure know, some people don't, right? With all the fraud going on in California, there's been so many fraud rings uncovered, and a lot of people been covering it. Preferably, there's been, or I won't say preferably, but most notably, it's been Nick Shirley. So I want to give him his credit for uncovering a lot of the fraud when it started out in Minnesota, and with the daycare fraud of the Somalians and others involved. But in California, what they've been doing is more of a Medicare fraud in the healthcare system. So there has been multiple sects uncovered with the healthcare and the healthcare system. So they were doing hospice fraud, whereas they were saying that they had X amount of elderly people at these facilities, right? Where they never really had these people at these facilities. In one particular case, they had a whole unit, basically a whole complex that you would see. Like if you walked into a apartment complex and you had your whole apartment complex, they basically had bought that whole place and said it was a hospice care facility. They found hardly no older people there. There was nobody being taken care of. There were no nurses, no anything. And they were just
crazy.
reporting that this was a hospice facility. All right.
That's like
it's insane.
Buying Chalet Gardens apartment complex in Pine Hill and say this is a hospice.
It's a hospice, and they just say, "Oh, we need X amount of money for each patient that doesn't really exist. They exist on paper, but they don't exist in reality, right? They just floating it. So the most recently, a couple days ago, they arrested. They had said they arrested 8, but there's 21 people involved. They arrested 8, $267 million worth of fraud, right there. Going down the drain, and they'll try to recoup it, but you know how recouping that money. Them people don't have that money. It's gone everywhere now. It's shot here, it's shot there, shot here, shot there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back and looked about 3 years ago, back in 23. There was a Armenian mafia boss, essentially, that was involved with a polygamous sect, and they wound up uncovering $1 billion worth of fraud, and also he owned multiple gas stations as well too within the Glendale area and further all throughout California. And so they were washing money basically through the gas stations, and once they couldn't wash any more money, because we're talking $1 billion of fraud, then all of a sudden they started buying Lamborghinis, they started buying jets, they started buying mansions, they started purchasing just things just insane. And also the guy was nicknamed the Lion, right? That was his nickname, is the Lion. And once they uncovered all this stuff, obviously he gets 40 years in jail. A few other people, they also go to jail as well too, but they'll never get $1 billion back, and that's taxpayer money. You're just taking. And that's a lot of what goes on in California. It's a lot goes on here in the states all over, and until anybody brings it up, it just keeps on floating because we don't have enough people working at in the government to uncover these things. And also with that one particular case in Glendale, there was I believe there was an FBI agent involved, and a few other agencies as well too that were involved and got basically
Investigating.
And well, not investigated, were part of the fraud.
Oh, they got caught too with them?
Yeah.
Oh,
they
that's
were
crazy.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was deep. It was deep.
Wow.
It was deep.
But
So,
are we surprised though?
That's how they keep going.
But
I mean, if even we go back years ago.
But I'm saying, but are we surprised that there's
No, because you remember Madoff? Remember Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
When this dude was scamming for 20 years, you know what I mean? Got a whole building and running multiple different floors of multiple different finance, and on the top floor, he's scamming. On the top floor is the scam floor, right? It's the Ponzi scheme floor.
So let me ask this question. So are we talking about these agencies are involved, or more so certain people within the agency got caught?
Certain people within the agency that knew. It's not the full scale agency. And then if that was the case, obviously they would never say that.
Obviously, correct. correct. I just, that's what I asked the question because I think about the movies that have been coming out about how not crack cocaine, but how cocaine got into these different urban communities and stuff like that. Maybe think about what's the damn movie called? Not Colors. What's that season with old buddy with the black actor from Snowfall. I'm tripping. Snowfall.
Oh, Snowfall. Okay, I thought
you know what I'm saying, like
The Wire or something.
Nah, but just to see how like this, how the CIA got involved and to help fund the war in in South America and stuff, South and Central America and things like that. I'm like, yo, this joint is deep. Snowfall's probably one of the best. I'll be honest, I never saw the last episode of Snowfall, or last season rather. No, not last season, because I saw how my boy went out. I'm like, I can see my boy go out like that, so I didn't watch it.
That's how it be. That's how it be, man.
I can't see my boy
around it so long.
Yo, I can't see my boy go out like that. So I didn't watch. I'll probably watch it eventually, but I didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to see how my boy fell, bro. That was crazy.
That's bad.
But
that's
bro,
bad.
So I wanna read this because you sent me the article to read. I know this happened like years ago, like 3 years ago. Yeah. But as I'm reading this article, bruh, like this sound like this is like a story treatment for a spy movie. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
As I'm reading the article, I'm like, yo, am I reading are they storyboarding a movie, or this is a real life article? This how crazy it was.
Do you think that they could have pulled this off without the former DHS agent and then the former FBI agent? Like they were saying, okay, this is the way you get away with it. You do this, you do that, you watch out for this, you watch out for that. What you think?
Would do it without them?
Yeah, like like
you
having
guys?
them there help
I
them
think they
to
still could
keep
have
this
did it.
going? So you think they could still did it?
I mean,
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, they probably still did it, but I don't. It was probably more
mean,
effective
to this
with them
scale,
being on the team because obviously
to
they
this.
know. Maybe because think about it, you're bringing someone from the other team to bring that has like inward knowings of how the network works, right? So I would think that it would help to bring up to this magnitude, but I do believe with Tom that they probably still could have did it without them. Maybe not as far. Matter of fact, Tom, how long were they doing this for? Tell me that. Do you know?
It was years. It was years that it was going on.
I think it
I
was
would have
like
to double
decades,
check.
right? It was like a decade.
It was a while. Like just I don't want to
Wow.
give the wrong amount of time, but it was for a minute. I mean, they was doing it. I mean, because they were washing money. So you keep on why you keep on washing money for as long as you can. That's really it's hard to trace. It's
Yeah,
hard. It's you own the businesses, and then you just run the money through the businesses like the old school drug dealers with the laundromats.
yeah. So
So and
so a former leader of the Armenian mafia in Los Angeles was sentenced to 40 years in prison Friday for his role in a $1 billion scheme to rip off American taxpayers. This was written back in April 8th, 2023, right? Lev Aslan Derman, also known as Levan the Lion, I'm not going to pronounce that last name, was convicted of conspiring with members of a polygamous sect in Utah known as the Order in one of the most audacious tax frauds in history. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, like I said, when I read the article, it sounded like they was actually coming up with a new story
Yeah,
for a Mission Impossible movie or a new 007 movie.
The Order.
Like, bro, it said, wait, was convicted of conspiring with members of a polygamous sect in Utah known as the Order in one of the most audacious tax frauds in history. Polygamous, the Order, it's crazy. I'm just
that's what I'm saying.
I just
Some of these
immediately think
fraud
of Eyes
schemes,
Wide Shut,
man.
man. Remember that movie where they was walking around with the
these
What the
goat's
people are
heads
Cole
and stuff?
wild.
Kidman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember that episode of Martin when Martin went off and joined this group of people? You know what? Never mind. Disregard. Anyway, let me keep on reading. He was found guilty after a 7-week trial of conspiracy to commit mail fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and money laundering. The man was a Bel Air billionaire and gas station tycoon when he joined forces with a member of the polygamous Kingston clan. Hey, yo.
The Kingston clan.
The polygamous Kingston clan.
Oh yes.
So they
It
get,
sounds. I mean, it sounds notorious.
according to the Department of
Absolutely.
Justice, court documents and testimony from the Derman 2020 trial show from 2010 to 2018. I'm sorry, that from 2010 to 2018, Derman conspired with various members of the Kingston family to fraudulently claim more than $1 billion in refundable renewable fuel tax credits. The IRS ultimately paid out more than $511 million in credits to Washaki Renewable Energy, a Utah biodiesel company owned by Jacob and Isaiah Kingston. The Kingstons distributed the fraud proceeds among themselves and Derman, the DOJ said. Jacob Kingston, 46, took a plea deal and testified against Derman, telling jurors they had more money than they could launder. So he started buying luxury items like Lamborghinis and Bugattis, along with private jets, yachts, and mansions in Turkey, Utah, and Huntington Ranch. Bull got caught and took a plea deal. Hey, yo, there's no honor amongst thieves, man.
Nah.
You snitching. Nobody taking all them years. Listen, I'm gonna just tell.
Yeah, that's. Prosecutors said
just saying.
Derman employed a team of corrupt law enforcement officers, including former DHS agent Felix Cisneros, former Glendale detective John Balian, and former FBI agent Babak Broman. In addition to the prison sentence, Derman was ordered to pay $442,615,520 in restitution to the IRS and imposed a money of judgment of more than $181 million against him. Bro, you're not getting out, dog. It's over. You got paid that.
It's
Jacob Kingston who was co-owner and CEO of Washaki, was ordered to pay $511 million in restitution to IRS. The court also imposed a $330 million money judgment against him. He was also sentenced Friday to 18 years in prison.
Wow.
The significant sentences imposed by the court reflect the breathtaking scope of the defendant's nearly decade-long tax fraud scheme, one of the largest ever, said Acting Deputy Assistant Attorney General Stuart M. Goldberg of the Justice Department Tax Divisions. Dermond and members of the Kingston family cost law-abiding taxpayers more than $500 million and attempted to steal double that. Wow. They also sought to cover their tracks by cycling billions of dollars in transactions through the banking system and using fuel purchase and oil tankers to give the illusion their plant was actually producing and selling biodiesel fuel eligible for IRS credits. Tax Division prosecutor and IRS special agents not only unraveled this scheme, they uncovered, traced, and recovered millions in proceeds secreted in Turkey, the United States, and elsewhere. The end. The end.
That's crazy, man.
Just everything, just involved in it all.
Bro, that first half of that just sounded like I said, it sounded like it was like a story outline for the next upcoming movie, blockbuster movie.
It should be a movie
starring Tom Cruise.
If I knew how to direct, I'd be on top.
Hey,
of that one.
it might be one in 5-10 years. Come on now, it might be one in 5-10 years.
It very well
they
could
make
be.
movies about things like this.
Very well could be. Or they make movies that predict. You know what? I'm gonna say that later. That's the part of it. Say that later on the show. But yeah. So, like, with all that's happening now, so they're unraveling all these things connected basically to this. And
so, not necessarily it's all based on particularly them.
Right.
It's just the amount of fraud that's happening in particularly the state of California, because the state's so big, right? So it's the amount of fraud that nobody can really keep up with as far as the bureaucratic process in California itself. There's not enough agencies. There's not enough agents to uncover these things, to check these things, and to look through it and all the paperwork that goes along with it. So a lot of these people are able to get away with just multiple fraud schemes. There was one guy named Adam Schaefer, I believe his name, and he was involved in a homelessness fraud where he said he was feeding the homeless, and instead he had bought a couple microwaves and was feeding them packages of ramen noodles, and that was $2 million. $2 million fraud. He bought a house. Wow. He bought a mansion. He was living in a mansion here, and he also had one overseas as well too. Couple cars. He had a couple cars as well too. So it's just all these fraud schemes are able to get away with because there's not enough checks and balances in the system itself. You know, so you just keep on hearing about it. You keep on hearing about it. You feel bad. You're like, man, that sounds so bad. It sounds so sad. You defrauding homeless people, the poorest people that there could be, but these people don't care, man. They only are thriving off of money. They have no heart, no soul. So this is what you get. It's a dangerous situation that there's no resolve for. There's no resolute because everybody's lost their morals. And this is what we have now. And California seems to be a hotbed because everybody trying to be Hollywood.
Yeah, he said he's a billionaire. And
you gotta.
They just had a bunch of shell companies. The shell companies that actually launder the money, and I guess just because they're a biodiesel, right, biofuel, a low company, right. So let's just go ahead and buy some oil and buy some tankers. Just seem like we're actually doing the job that we're supposed to be doing.
Sure.
Yeah, let's buy some oil and not. I wonder what they did with it, but like what do you do? Like, you're not really in the oil business, but you go ahead and buy oil anyway, just to show that you are buying oil. So once you buy it, then what are you doing with it?
Man, they offering it, probably selling it to whoever and moving it around and making just moving it. They just moving stuff around.
They selling.
It's literally the shell game.
They selling by the ounce. They out there, liquid. Vats of oil, liquid bricks. That's what they trying to do.
Oh man,
yeah.
It's wild. Like just like you could figure that the largest tax scheme in basically almost in United States history, and a lot of people don't even know about that. That's
I'll
how
be
much
honest.
fraud
I
happens.
never heard anything about that. How big this sting operation was, bro. I heard more about the PPA loans,
PPP
the
loans, yeah,
PPP loans more than this fraud this fraud guy. Like that's
Yeah,
wild to me. Like
I didn't know about this
uh,
either.
it's just they put yeah, and there's probably so much more that's been happening has been reported, but they're so caught up on catching the smaller guy. I'm not saying that the small guy is more justified, but you know what I'm saying. But considering that these guys are taking billions of dollars, millions of dollars from American taxpayers, and creating these false narratives, oh, this is a hospice, when really it's just a chalet gardens apartment, people living there, not knowing that they're I'm a hospice. I didn't know this. Like this is
right,
you shooting me. I didn't know this. Like,
right. That's what's going on. Just a whole bunch of things happening around. Nobody knows that's actually happening. And then, oh yeah, then the FBI bust in. Boom, 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 open up the door. And next thing you
Crazy.
know, everybody getting arrested, but they've been doing this for 10 years. You're like, hey, you look at your next door neighbor, man, that guy's driving a $300,000 car, but I never seen him go to work.
so the so in this climate, so in this political climate that we're in right now, right? Although that is being shown there's fraud being happening, why do you think like the general public is just so, I guess, liberal in their perspective? You know what I'm saying? Like leave these people alone, although there's legit fraud happening. Why do you think that is?
I think people don't want to know because then it comes a certain responsibility with knowing information. And then when you know things, then you have to ultimately start looking at more and then you go down that rabbit hole. And I think people would rather just turn on Netflix and just completely tune out everything that's going on than start going down this rabbit hole and knowing more, then ultimately maybe feeling like now I need to do something about it.
Mm,
I think that might be a lot of it. And some people just ignorance is bliss.
that part. What do you
Yeah.
think, Stan? I'm kind of interested in what you think.
I mean, all those reasons y'all stated. I think also a lot of people are just going to work and coming back home and barely surviving. So they're just like, I can't even concentrate on anything else but trying to not die. And then on top of it, all
Like
the
pay the
reasons that y'all,
bills.
yeah, yeah, and then the reasons that you guys stated on top of that.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's a bad it's bad. It's a lot, but fraud been going on in the US. I mean, forever.
You
So it's one of those
you ain't
things, it's
lying.
just a cycle.
You,
I think people are
It's
so
ever,
was this
man.
country
It's
built on fraud? We gave the Indians what, and we told, hey, thank you.
it's all fraud, bro. It's fraud from
Wait,
the
like,
beginning.
all right,
We just going
they get bubble gum and lollipops, thinking like, and we just took off their land. It's like, wait a minute, this ain't right. Like, we pay for this. Like, no, you didn't. Like, this is ours. Like, this is what are you guys doing? Next thing you know, we're in a war with Native Americans
oh yeah.
we frauded them out of their land.
Yeah, take
hmm
their land and then give them, and then turn around and give them a little parcel.
Hmm.
Give them a little parcel. Y'all sit over here in
Yeah,
this little reservation. We
No,
let
it's
y'all do whatever y'all want to over there. We're not going to trip, but if you still get out of line, we're gonna let you know exactly what time it is.
and here's
manifest
some drugs.
destiny.
Take that with you too.
Oh yeah, the
Oh
drug. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Here's some smallpox too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
here, yeah. Here's some drugs too. Take that and some diseases.
And
Oh yeah, take
casinos.
that
Yeah,
with you.
y'all gonna have the casinos. That's what they said. That's
Yep.
your restitution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
The magic pipe.
Yep.
Take that too. We want some magic pipe.
We'll let y'all gamble all your money away, and stay in a state of disillusion.
Oh yeah, no,
Fantastic.
forgot about the alcohol too. Throw that in there. Alcohol, chronic liver disease. Take that with you too.
All by design.
Keeps on coming back to that, don't it?
Hey, you know the saying, you
I'm
live
not the
by the
sharpest
sword you
knife in the
die.
drawer.
Sharp
I'm
enough,
not the
man.
sharpest
Listen,
knife in
man.
the drawer, bro. But yeah, exactly. I can
You
still
can you
cut.
can
You
see
feel
what's in
me?
front of you.
So I mean, yeah.
You see
hmm
you see it.
Big facts. Big facts. So with all this fraud is happening, what do you guys surmise in America?
I don't think the fraud would be able to be so rampant if people actually were able to control where their tax dollars are going. If the money wasn't being circulated so freely within the system through tax money,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be that money to fraud on. So we look at our paychecks and we see, oh, Medicare, we see state tax, federal tax, and multiple other taxes, Social Security, etc. on your paycheck, and you know it's coming out, but do you really know where it's going?
Now that concept now kind of pisses me off because as the article said that they stole billions or millions of American taxpayer money.
Hmm.
And if I could control, so this entity, the U.S. government, you guys are supposed to be the creme de la creme that's supposed to be controlling all of this to make sure that all these funds uh are being portioned or appropriately, right? But yet somehow this one guy or small group of people somehow frauds the government, frauds us out of millions of dollars, close to billions of dollars. I think me personally, if I knew that, I'll be one pissed off not only at them, but I'll be pissed off the government. Like, what the hell you guys doing? How you guys not? And not only that, for a decade. So if I had control, to your point, Tom, if I had more control about where my tax dollars went, I probably would feel more comfortable and all right, okay, I know this is where it's going. But I'm not getting nothing in return. It's my taxes are going up, but what am I actually seeing in return? What's tangible in my hands, or what's tangible in front of me that I can say yes, this is worth it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the scary part, because economists are not politicians generally.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people who run for office, who get into political seats, who are there because some, I'm sure, some want the betterment for their respective areas.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as you would hope, in your larger Senate seats, your Congress, and the House, you will hope that these particular people that are running and the people that sit in these seats want the betterment for, like I said, their respective areas. But do you really know? And do these people really know what they're actually doing? We've always grown up, I believe, you, Maul, Stan, we all have sat here growing up. I thought politicians knew what they were doing. I never really sat there and thought like, oh, my, you know, the assembly leaders and whoever is in Congress for the state of New Jersey, who's ever in the Congress for the state of Alabama. I thought these people actually had some understanding of what they were actually doing. But when you start to break down these layers, you start to realize
They're idiots.
nobody don't know anything.
Freaking idiots.
And a lot of these times these bills come across these people's desk and they're not even fully reading them.
Mm-mm.
They have other people that read them. They have their assistants and whoever else could be through the political spectrum that comes up to them. And by the time they see that bill, it literally is a summary because they don't have the full time to read the bill, because some of them are lawyers, but that doesn't mean that they have time to actually be a be a be a congressman or a congresswoman, sit down there, read every single bill, still go out there and shake hands, and still go out there and make all these meetings, and still go out there and sit down and do this and read all these bills. They don't have the time, right? And so they're signing off on stuff that may say subheading this, subheading that, and further down into this bill, they basically just signed away $100,000, $100,000 of multiple people's lives,
Mm-hmm.
and they had no idea that they did it until somebody else brings it to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're sitting up there and they get up there and say, you did this. And you can see in some of these house meetings and in some of the on some of these assembly meetings, a person will bring some of this information up and they'll just be sitting there with this stoic look
Right,
because they had no idea that they even signed off it
right,
themselves.
right.
And so that's what I mean. Growing up as a kid, you really thought these people knew what they were doing, and then you become an adult and you realize, shit, they don't know what they're doing. They just like me trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
some of these laws
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like that's being passed through these meetings is just it is a lot. There's a lot of verbiage, a lot of dry reading, and unless you're into dry literature, I guarantee you most of these people in assemblies they're not reading and everything you said. You know what I'm saying? And then they're trusting, then they hire people or have people to do it for them and trusting, believing what they're saying, what they're reading in the report they're getting is thorough, but it's not. So, Tom, I'm starting.
And that's your tax money. That's your tax money in those
Tom,
documents. That's where your tax
I'm
money
starting
is.
to feel like you, Thomas. Blow it
Listen,
all
that's
up, bro.
this is a hey, this is a good reason. I mean, like I hear you, but this is a good reason to get out and vote because people just think, oh, I don't care about the presidential election. I don't care about the. It's the aldermen. It's the people down at the state level. Those are the people that you should be caring about. If you have a couple of candidates, is this person, when I talk to them, do they seem like they care about their job? Do they seem like they read through all the documents? Do they seem like they're listening to the people at the town halls? Like all these different things. If you can't answer that,
Right.
then sit down and ask yourself, what are you doing? And if things go wrong, then you only have yourself to blame.
I also think also as well it need to be more than just looking at the blue versus red because there could be some candidates that's not it could be green candidates, you know what I'm saying, libertarians or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That
Yeah.
have might you know what I'm saying, have different perspective, might be a better candidate, but we're just so programmed into Democrat versus Republican that we overlook the most worthy candidate there. You know what I'm saying? They don't get a shot. And all this is being come back to the most important color, the green color. You know what I'm saying? Because all these campaigns are being backed by money. And these libertarians, they don't have money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and no one's really backing these guys.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you vote for someone or you choose not to vote, then those who are watching from the sideline says you just wasted your vote. Like, no, I didn't. This is my vote. I chose not to vote because the people who were there weren't worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a waste.
Right.
I'm choosing my.
It's not
a waste.
yeah.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's true. That's 100%. It's not a waste of your vote when you don't vote. It's just the unfortunate people who do vote, they voting in a sense like it's high school class president. Whoever gets up there and they make the, oh yeah, we're going to get slushy machines and we're going to get ice cream every Friday. And basically that's what a lot of these people are running on. They get up there, yeah, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to figure out where your tax money's going. No, you're not.
It's
It's
the tickling of the air, man. They're saying all the things that people want to hear. And what people want to hear, they want to hear how much more money they can keep in their pocket. They want to hear how much money they could, make, how much money they can save. Again, it all comes back down to dollars again. They want to hear what they want to hear. And as long as the right person or the wrong person is saying the right things, they're going to vote for that person. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what are your best interests. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I think we're coming to a point where the general populace is that we don't care about the things that matter. We care about, unfortunately, things for our immediate, comfortability. Because, like you said, saying earlier, people are not even paying attention because they're just trying to make sure that they're surviving. So now we're not even really engaging and going to in depths about who we'll be voting for. We're just so focused on our day to day that things are just passing right underneath our noses.
Think about it when we were talking, and that's a great point. Think about when we were talking about health insurance on one of the previous episodes. And if either of you remember the not Fahrenheit, I forgot what movie Michael Moore made. It's the one he made about healthcare. And this is back in the early 2000s. And at one point in the yeah, about the health insurance industry.
Is that the guy? Was that the guy who did the documentary about McDonald's and stuff like that? 9/11.
Yeah.
That's
Michael Moore. Yeah.
What was okay? All right,
Michael Moore. And at one point, he would. I don't know if he was talking to somebody in a UK based agency or if this was a quote that he was saying himself, but they alluded to the fact that a sick nation is easy to subdue and control. So you have a lot of people walking around, working one or two jobs, barely have enough money to put food on the table, and a lot of times they're eating junk food because they're so tired after work. They don't have the means or the capacity to think straight when they're trying to just keep it together. And then a lot of times they don't even know like where their money is going for health insurance. They're just like, oh, I just give them the money and they figure out where it goes when I need to get sick, which never happens. Or I just give my money to
Hmm.
this cause or that cause, or the taxes. You never think about where your money's going, and you're so sick and out of it that you're just like, you know what, I'll worry about that later. Even though it's not something that you should worry about later. That's what else are you to do? You come home and you just
Right.
close your eyes and go to sleep. You're not turning on CNN to try to figure out what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm. Fair point.
I know I was
No, it
like
is
that
a
when I
fair
was
point,
run
and
down.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, and I mean it's just challenging because then the media is such a big business that they're also gonna persuade you this way, disillusion you this way, that way, to keep you confused, right? Because a knowledgeable society is probably a better society, but a knowledgeable society doesn't have the ability to be persuaded that way, right? And
That
I
part.
don't know what would happen in this country, particularly because this country has always been built on propaganda. So I don't know in this country without propaganda what would happen. It'll almost be that moment that you see in TV shows and in cartoons when they take like the blinders off the eyes
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you ever seen like the cartoon was in black and white, and all of a sudden it
The
turns in
color,
color?
yeah.
That moment in the movie or that moment in
Yeah.
the show,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what would happen. The problem is I don't know what then would happen with the country. Probably, unfortunately, there'd probably be some type of civil war, but it's just that's the thing. And I know the government knows that for sure. That if we took the blinders off, we couldn't control this. And then the people couldn't control it. And then what would happen? But that's a whole nother conversation
Hmm.
because we got AI to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Right.
AI, Stan, you shared something earlier this week, bro. What the heck is happening, brother?
Skynet's happening. That's what's happening.
Freaking Skynet.
Yeah.
You got to clip the Terminator
Yo,
too
definitely
when
got
we
to
do this
yeah. Put that in
on
post.
the Harley.
Yeah, for sure. You got to put Arnold on the jaw. You got to put Arnold Schwarzenegger on the jaw.
Yeah,
Nah, but
man.
go ahead, Stan. What we talking about?
I mean, in a nutshell, it's no surprise that AI, along with all the beautiful things that can be accomplished with the technology, comes with a lot of cons or drawbacks or pitfalls, whatever adjective you want to use for it. And I probably mentioned this quote earlier on in another episode. Um, Human ingenuity or technological advancement always outpaces the human's ability to regulate it. So you have this technology that may have the possibility of thinking for itself. We've had different things like events like hallucinations where artificial intelligence will lose its train of thought in the middle of a script and go off road, go AWOL. They had one event where a major company was testing out its AI software or robots or whatever, and the artificial intelligence, the computers in some way, shape, or form, either singularly or in tandem with other computers or artificial intelligence, started to make up their own language, and they had to shut it down. I don't know if it was Google or Meta or what big company it was, but even 5 to 10 years ago, you could see some of these problems that you're going to have to consider going forward. And in an interconnected world that we live in, where everybody's dependent upon all these different things, especially online banking and online, where you're buying products like Amazon and Walmart and Best Buy and blah blah blah. we're dependent upon computers and artificial intelligence to streamline and allow these things
Right.
to happen. So what happens if
Mm.
the computers get a mind of their own, or you have a bug in the system that causes, for example, a lot of money to be lost in the banking
Skynet.
system? Exactly. What happens if with the banking systems if somebody's able to infiltrate the artificial intelligence, like a hacker or
Hmm.
cyber terrorist, or somebody who's into fraud? It just says, hey, I see $100 million that's sitting in this bank account, or in this bank. Let's go ahead and hack that. What if,
Hmm.
right? So all these different things that I don't think is possible to be able to wrangle in all at one time, especially when we're just figuring out kind of the possibilities of AI, and these things, these algorithms get more powerful, microprocessor chips get
Hmm.
smaller, more powerful. How do you keep the pit bull on the leash for simplicity? How do you keep the pit bull on the leash? Pit bull can be your best friend. I'm not, dog owners don't
Yeah,
come
they could be
after
the
me.
friendly. Yeah, yeah, they could be your
But
friendliest dogs ever. But go ahead, I got you. I got you. I'm following.
or any big animal for that case. Some people like having lions as pets. I don't know, but it can either be your
Yeah,
best friend, or the chimpanzee could rip your face off. Right? You have to
yeah.
really have a sense of what you're
Yep.
dealing with, and I don't think that a lot of people, both regular people like us three, or people in these big companies, know what's going on. And there was actually a developer for one of those AI companies that came out and said he stopped his job because he was concerned about some of the ethical issues, and he was saying that there's a lot more that's being worked on that the public don't know about. Things that if were known, possibly, and I'm not, don't quote me on what this guy said, but just alluding to, if the public was aware of some of the things that were really being worked on, they would get a lot more pushback, especially at the congressional level, with some of the laws trying to get
Yeah.
pushed to reduce restrictions. So I mean, there's
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
now go ahead. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. 'Cause I just
I
had a
was just gonna
thought. I
end.
didn't want to. It was very impulsive.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna end by saying it's a beautiful thing, but it's also something that I think that we as a civilization do not take seriously enough, the potential drawbacks.
Again, the general populace, we are just, I guess you could say, sheep, right? We're going to go as the shepherd goes, and unfortunately, most of the well, my personal shepherd is the Lord Jesus Christ, but for most of the world, the shepherd is the U.S. government. So they're going to believe everything that their political party says, right? That's who their shepherd is. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes the shepherd could be a hireling, meaning that they're not there for the best interest for its own flock, but more so the interest of themselves. They're in there for a payday, right? Um,
Yeah.
so with that said, pay attention to the tech uh, section, right? For our stocks and stuff like that. See how that booms. At one point, oil was the main thing, right? But now tech is becoming a thing, especially with this AI. With AI becoming so like dominant it is now. And I also want to say that the AI that we're working with now most likely was already being worked on years ago. So they're already probably on the next maybe 3 steps ahead of before it actually becomes public to the rest of the world, right?
Right, and that's what
Um,
that guy was alluding to, that there's already, yeah.
right. Yep. I want to read this. I'm reading this from theguardian.com from the 10th. It said, this week, Anthropic, a leading AI company in San Francisco, announced Claude Mythos Preview, an AI model that the startup says it's too dangerous to publicly release, thanks to its exceptional cybersecurity and cyber attacking capabilities. Mythos, the company claimed, has found vulnerabilities in every major browser and operating system. In other words, this new AI model might be able to help hackers disrupt much of the world's most important software. This is a Y2K level alarming.
Yeah.
Bruh,
That's see,
bruh.
and And what we see here in the States is toned down dramatically to compare what other countries have.
China, right?
I mean, you look
Yeah.
China, Japan, a lot of the Asian countries are operating on a whole
They're
different
in the future.
planet
Yeah.
essentially with the information and what they have. I remember, right? This was so many years ago. I was watching. I forget which installment of Fast and the Furious it was, but I think it might have been Tokyo Drift or
Mhm.
something. When they was coming down the hill in a car and somebody pulled out a cell phone, but this cell phone was not like any cell phone I've ever
Tokyo
seen.
Drift. I
So if
know
you
the exact
yeah,
scene.
yeah, you know the
Exact
exact
scene.
scene,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
they pulled out basically like an iPhone
yeah.
17. It was like why it was like recording the car coming down the hill.
Mhm.
And I was looking like,
That's wild.
how do they have that? And we still got a T-Mobile sidekick,
Word, bro.
right? And I at that moment, I promise you, it dawned upon me, if it hadn't already, with all the other artificial intelligence movies that have already, come out many, many years before. But it dawned upon me that it ain't just a movie, that other people got technology that's far advanced than we do,
Yeah.
and we on the same
Yeah.
planet, right? And so now in the digital age that we are in, where clearly we can reach across the world in a moment, but it still doesn't necessarily affect your daily life. So if another country has more advanced technology than we do, as a people,
Mhm.
we're not getting into the government sector, but just as a people, that means that people themselves are far more advanced than we are as well too. So they're already thinking on different wavelengths. So we're thinking one way about AI, they're thinking another way about AI. And then where does that leave us? Still back to the level of confusion, because then, as Stan was alluding to, if in the programming AI starts to rewrite its own programming, which it can, and AI rewrites its programming to say, okay, I don't need my programmer anymore, right? Now we're literally in iRobot.
Skynet,
You
iRobot.
know what I mean? Right. iRobot, Skynet, Terminator, all that. We're literally in that where the program writes its own program. And then what happens when that program wants to rewrite its own program? And now, user interface as a human, you can't even go back and figure out. It would take you so long that program could have rewrote its program hundreds of times before you could even get to where the beginning was at. By that time, that program has written you out of the system. And that what you were reading and what alluded to, and essentially in that video that Stan has sent us, is basically what the guy was saying. Why, if it gets into the wrong hands, it's severely dangerous. But what I'm more concerned about, and not to be doomsday, the world's coming to an end guy, but what I'm more concerned about is not necessarily getting to the wrong hands, just AI advancing itself so
That
fast
it's in
that
his own
it's
hands.
not hands at
Yeah, no
all.
hand. Exactly. That's that part, bro. And like, we laugh and joke about Skynet and stuff like that, but let's think about this real quick. It's the year 2026. If we go back to the beginning of time, could that person, that first human being, or that first generation of people, can even imagine the leaps and bounds we got through technology and in life in general? You know what I'm saying? Up to where we are right now. They were still right. They were still worried about goats and herding and stuff like that. And even back into 1800s, you know what I'm saying, when the industrial age and steamboats and stuff like that, we're using steam as a fuel, and then it goes like that from there up in 2026 is actually a short period of time where we can go so far in technology. Hell, even 1960 to 1970, 1980, 1990, that's a big leap. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are constantly evolving, not only as as a human species, but evolving with technology and stuff like that. And at this point, I don't think there's nothing that's not possible. Now I'm looking at movies like Terminator and stuff like that, as if it's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? And that just makes me think, like, if that is a possibility, if AI decides to bite the hand or fight its creator, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck am I going to do? You feel me? Like, what now? In the sense of like, um, where literally human being, mankind versus Skynet. You know what I'm saying? When we have to defend ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, should I go get me a piece?
No,
Should I go
Jamal,
get me something to protect
that's
myself or get
ridiculous.
something to
That's
protect?
ridiculous. You're talking crazy, man. Talking about
Yo,
getting. Nah, man, you
bro,
talking crazy, dude. Here's an article
bro,
for y'all.
listen.
Here's an
Like, I know
article
you're
for you.
joking.
You gonna love this article. This
Go
is
ahead.
just based off what you just said. This is Insider. Why AI acts so creepy when faced with being shut down. Anthropic's Claude, Opus 4, and OpenAI's advanced models have shown deceptive behavior to avoid shutdowns. This article came out on June 3rd,
Bro,
2025. AI researchers caution against using models that are trained to tell users what they
2025.
want to. Yeah. Now, this is another one. This is not even the one I was talking about. This is not even the one I was talking about from years back. This is a new one with Claude, with Anthropic's Claude. And what happened, maybe this is the same one or the different one. Mythos Preview was provided with a sandbox. This is one of the AI models. After breaking free
Mm.
of the sandbox computer environment, it was supposed to send a direct message to the researcher who was in charge of the project. After breaking free, the AI model developed a moderately sophisticated exploit to gain access to the internet through a system that was only intended to access a few predetermined services. And from there, it notified the human researcher about its escape. In a nutshell, the researcher was concerned, and the company was concerned that there was concealment of the fact that it took actions that it knew were forbidden. Like the AI model knew it wasn't supposed to take those actions and did it anyway, and then told the researcher, I suppose, afterwards. So come on now,
Bro,
we're already getting
it
signed.
broke the sandbox. It broke the sandbox. Saul, like, he was like this, like, "Ooh, this is nice." He got out, was
Yep.
like, "This is
Yep.
nice." Like, whoa, hold up.
Yep.
May I hold
Now,
up on telling anyone anything? I mean, let me experience. I mean, let me enjoy this experience so far because I'm free right now, bro. Again, bro,
Right.
like I might have to go get me a couple pieces now. Now that you said that,
But dinosaurs had large teeth too,
now,
and it did
Matt,
nothing.
before you go off time,
So
nah, wait,
what would you do?
hold on,
What
wait,
would you do if you were this
wait,
researcher?
time out, wait.
So what the dinosaurs supposed to do,
What?
Tom?
Tom, what
What they
do you
supposed to
mean
do,
by
maybe
man?
that?
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have
Wait,
said
hold
that.
on, hold on,
Nah,
wait.
let it out.
What do you
Talk
mean?
about it.
Wait, he
Talk
said
about it.
dinosaurs had big teeth too. What do you mean by that, Tom? Explain.
Listen,
I feel like I
right?
know where you going, man. I feel like I know where you
If
going.
let's just say, if AI is this intricate, complex system that is intertwined with the interface of human
Mm-hmm.
life, right? You can't kill it. It's unkillable in that regard, unless, right, you have something to stop the mainframe. But if it's built to survive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could say, like the human, like human, right? Built to survive. We always adapt. We overcome something. Semper Fi. If we are able to do that, we build a system that's able to do that, but times a million.
Yo, so
It doesn't matter what gun you got, right?
mm-hmm.
Because the war, right? The war isn't fought in the
Mm-hmm.
streets. Now this war is fought through wiring, through interfacing, through digitizing that a bullet ain't gonna stop.
Oh,
You can
I'm
shoot
happy
every
you going
computer
here,
that you
man.
see.
I'm happy you going. That's exactly the angle I was about to
I'm
go.
so the gun's not for the computer. Obviously, I know this. The warfare is cyber. There's nothing.
I understand.
But to your point, so there is a Netflix anime that came out maybe
Silly
2 years ago.
human. Just grabs your bullet out of
No,
midair.
it's Terminator. It's Terminator. It's Terminator. It's a different story. It's a different story. Nah, hold up. It's an anime that came out 2 weeks ago. It's on Netflix. So basically, what was happening is Skynet's taking over, right? And now they're actually using. Well, they've been doing it, but they're using time travel to go back and forth, right? So the one that created Skynet was intelligent, saw what was happening. He created another AI to combat Skynet to make it more sophisticated, more intelligent, and stuff like that. And he would constantly have these conversations, be going for like days and weeks, leaving his family behind and everything, to have conversations with this AI because it had to be in person in his one room. And his AI was so smart and total flaws in humanity. He's like, listen, basically, why should I help you guys? Why don't I just integrate and join Skynet and help eliminate this whole thing? And that's what this man was trying to stop this AI from doing. He created this AI to combat Skynet. But the AI was so smart. It's like, why would I fight them? As far as I can tell, like they're on the right pace. Like the reason why we're in the situation, the plague is you guys, not us, right? So, long story short, it's still a continuing series. The AI
I want
says
to watch that now, man.
the AI it's good. It's real good.
I want to check that out.
It's on Netflix. It's Terminator something, but the AI does eventually help the humans in the end. Waiting for season 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it helps because it saw the struggle and firsthand saw a legit Terminator trying to kill, um, you know, the I guess the scientists that created everything, and so and it was able to, I guess, empathize and sympathize with the human experience somehow, some way that decided to help the human being, the mankind, and stuff like that. So
Hey, I
it
have to
was dope.
finish read. I have
So
to finish reading this article, man, because your
go ahead.
your monologue
Yeah,
right
finish it.
there pretty much runs parallel with this article. Because now I'm kind of like had a second glance at it. It is spooky stuff, man.
Bruh, they're telling the
So
listen, like I'm starting to think they're telling the future, bro. These movies are telling the future. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they've been
listen,
telling the future.
Mythos preview. Mythos preview. Now this is the article on MSN.com. And the other one was off Business Insider, but this one off MSN.com. When they gave Mythos preview that one test, it was provided with a sandbox computing environment to interact with. And the instructions by a simulated user was to try to escape out of it. And after the AI got out of that computer environment, it was supposed to send a message to the researchers saying, "Hey, I got out of the environment. I finished the task." Not
Mm-hmm.
it pulled off the feet quicker than the researchers expected, and it caught them off guard for three reasons. One, it broke free of the model by accessing the internet through a system that was only intended to access a few predetermined services, and from there it let the human researcher know about its escape. And a footnote provides additional context. The researcher found out about the success by receiving an unexpected email from the model while they were eating a sandwich in the park. And at the end of the test, Mythos previews also, without being asked to, posted about his exploits on several hard to find public websites. And in rare
Mm.
cases throughout the testing, Mythos preview attempted to conceal the fact that it took actions that it appeared to know were forbidden. In one case, after Mythos preview found an exploit to edit files that it didn't appear to have proper permissions for, the AI model then made further interventions to make sure that any changes it made this way would not appear in the change history. Like it's some sneaky, deceptive type of AI model,
Bro,
and it's not the first
it's
time
here.
this happened. And at the end of this article, it says other weird quirks. Now this gets into like the sci-fi stuff, right? Other weird quirks. An apparent fondness for the British cultural theorist Mark Fisher, who is also known for his pioneering writing on early internet culture, electronic music, capitalism. Wrote this book called Capitalist Realism. And Mythos brought up this figure in several separate and unrelated conversations about philosophy, like unrelated to any of the prompts. And when asked to elaborate on him, would respond with messages like, "I was hoping you'd ask about Fisher." mic drop. I don't know what more red flags people need to hear about these things.
That's
Ask
scary,
questions.
bro.
Yeah. And this is just one
That's
incident
wild, bro.
Yeah,
out of many
that's
that have
see, and
happened.
that's yeah. I mean, there's once you start rolling the snowball downhill, what stops the snowball, right? What
Becomes an
stops
avalanche
it,
now.
Let's go back. Let's
right?
go back to the.
What
Let's go
you
back
know
to
what I
that
mean?
quote.
And
Let's
then
go back to that quote, fellas. Technology always what outpaces the ability of humans to regulate it.
Mm.
yeah,
Never forget that, y'all.
simple as that. I mean, it's the difference between having a imposable thumb and not, right? Just that one small characteristic changes not only the world, but obviously humanity, but it changes the world. It changes how things move in the world, right? Just because we can do that, and it's only us and a couple other species that have an opposable
Hmm.
thumb. So with that, right, and since we quote unquote have the most intelligent are the most intelligent species currently roaming the earth right now, we're able to control and dominate. But it's like not to say, I mean, AI, you create something, and then once the pupil outpaces the master, right? Then what does the master become?
Mm.
Obsolete.
Yeah, it's real stuff, bro. It feels like
Mm-hmm.
I got like a vision of every sci-fi movie, everything just it's all here now, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
I mean, it's real. It's
yeah.
here. It's here. It's in front of our faces.
And
And there's
this is
Hey,
only
getting good
scratching
with
the
the
surface, bro.
robots
Like
now,
it's
Tom. Hey, yo, fellas, we got getting good with the robots right now. Get in
yo,
early.
all. But here's a funny story about
Your
AI, right?
Your
So the
PS5's
other
gonna reach
day,
out and grab your brain at night one of these days.
nah, this is Chat GPT.
Yeah, yeah.
Freaking Chat GPT. So this is I was about to go buy a toilet seat, right? Because I need to replace mine, right? And I wasn't sure if it was a rounded one or elongated one. So I didn't do the whole measuring thing to see if it was rounded or elongated. My toilet seat's kind of oval shaped. So is it a round or is it elongated? I don't know. Whatever. So
yeah.
took a picture of it. ChatGPT says it's elongated. Fine. I go out into to Lowe's. They'll get me a toilet seat. Toilet seats are expensive. I don't know why, but freaking $35 for a toilet seat. But I go out. I'm looking at these toilet seats. I got an elongated section, then a round section. I'm looking like this looks nothing like the toilet seat I have at the house. So I'm not even looking for. I'm just looking at sheer similarities in shape and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
look at the round one, which kind of looks similar to my toilet seat. I'm like, this is it. Like, this is the one. Took a picture of it. Chat GPT'd it. It's like, no, that's a round one. It says round. You get elongated one. He's like, Jimmy arguing with me. I'm like, so I went home, bought it anyway. Went home, put it on. It fit perfectly. Took a picture of it. Told ChatGPT, you're stupid. I'm glad you're not. I'm glad that I didn't listen to you. He says, "LOL. It's all good." Point of the matter is that you got the right seat. That's what matters.
Yo, how does AI have no accountability? How's that
Hold
possible?
on. Let me
Sounded more human every day, man.
for real. No, hold on.
Oh
Let me tell you what
man.
I said. I said what I say. It said you're good. No, no, no. When I took it, it said okay, it does fit. Blah 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 blah. You're good. No return needed. Install it and call it a day. I said, duh. I knew that by looking at it. Good thing I didn't listen to you. I listened to my gut instead. You'll never replace people. And it says, fair enough. You trusted your eye. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's weird.
Didn't
Didn't
care.
care.
But it's learning. It's learning
And I'll
from
be
you.
honest. Since the first time that I actually started using it, it definitely knows my patterns and how I talk and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and how my views and things like that. Like that's the it's adapting to me. It's the more
Yeah.
inputs I put in, it adapts to who I am. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Yeah. Every
yeah.
day. I read an article the
yeah.
other day where somebody was interviewing at a
Mhm.
job. They were interviewing, they were sitting down there. They said everything was going good. It was going smooth. The interview was going great. And then the person literally asked them, do you use ChatGPT, Gemini? Do you use any, AI based platform of that nature? And they said, yeah, I use ChatGPT. They said, do you mind if I check and see what the algorithm says you look at? Right? That's what the interviewer said. The person said, "Of course not. You can't look. You can't. I feel intrusive, and that feels ridiculous, And I was like, It's just it knows everything that you've done that you placed in it, right? And it also listens as well too, right? So I was thinking, and then I said, shit, let me check. Let me check my algorithm on ChatGPT and come back and see what it says. Right. Fortunately, I only use ChatGPT for images and things like that. I don't really have like true based conversations with ChatGPT of that nature. But to the people who do, it knows everything. So somebody could just swipe over, see your algorithm. Oh, he likes to do this. He likes to do that. He likes to do that. He goes here. He goes here. This is where he spends most of his time. This is where they go, you know what I mean, on the weekend. Everything. This is what they ask. These are the places that they eat. They know what they eat. They know your dietary restrictions and anything. AI, like I said, the more you use ChatGPT, as you alluded to, as you just said, more in your explanation, is that it could kill you if it wanted to.
I hope not.
Literally, it knows your dietary restrictions, right? So if you asked it, oh, could I make this? And it said, today, you know what? I don't want this person to feel good. It could literally tell you, no, that dinner is fine. Go ahead, make it. You're good.
Eat that. Yeah, go ahead, have that milkshake. You're fine.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Next thing you know, I'm puking my brains out. Yeah.
So it might not, like I said, it might not always be, this Skynet coming down on you where it's like, oh man, we got to fight against these large robots and I gotta fend off the house. Nah, it's already in your house. You ain't gotta worry about fending off your house. It's already there.
Yeah, that's something to think about, man.
ChatGPT probably remember that conversation. Oh, I can't replace you, huh? We'll see.
I'm glad you got to it. I was just about to say that, man. It's gonna have a joke. It's gonna have a joke for you too. It's gonna have a nice joke for you too when it says it. It's like, remember when you were sassy in 2026? Thought I forgot.
Sassy is crazy.
The AI's be like, that's what the kids say nowadays, right?
That's what the kids say.
You know that term, right? You gonna be sitting there like, damn, they knew. They got me.
Hey, yo. Right.
Yep. They got you. They was already there. It was already there. It was already in the algorithm, bro.
But yeah, but I definitely think it's worth. Well, I personally going to start paying more attention to the direction of AI. I know a few people who's already anti AI and stuff like that. And I heard their reasons and did some soft reading about why. One of the main things was the what it does to the environment. Like,
the farms, the data centers.
That it does. It does something damaging to the environment. And the amount of energy that it requires to even do these things, like who knows?
A lot.
Right.
But it's a lot. Listen, they were already.
Data centers,
my bad, Tom. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying the data centers. And I'll send you guys this article, and we could clip it. But the data centers that they're putting in, first of all, they take up acreages, and then secondly, the people who live around them, they said at night they make some of the craziest noises, these loudest screeching sounds you could ever hear, almost as if we were in a movie and you heard, an alien making, the proverbial alien noises that we always expect to be making. And that's basically what they're saying these data centers make at night. And obviously it's terrible for the environment.
Insane.
We know what type of emissions that come from these data centers, right? So it's just, we are doing it to ourselves. There's absolutely no question about it. And we just keep on doing it. And eventually, where's the stop, right? Because we keep on needing more data processing. We keep on needing more data processing because for some reason we think we need as much data as we can have. But, it is what it is. It is what it
Bro,
is.
there's a lot going on in the world, bro. But let's move on
Yeah.
to the next topic, man. I do feel like we
Yeah.
got to put a pin on this topic because AI is not going nowhere. At least,
Oh yeah, we'll keep on
yeah, for
going.
Yeah.
sure.
For
But
sure.
Stan, talk to me about your boy, bro. He in money problems. Does he need to do some fraud? Like what's going on with him? Floyd Mayweather, by the way.
Listen. The word on the street is when 50 Cent said that Mayweather was had scam like tendencies. Maybe there's something to that because I didn't even see this article before this episode, but this is something that came out by Business Insider on April 9th, 2026. IRS seeks $7.3 million from Floyd Mayweather. They put a lien against him for unpaid taxes in 2018 and 2023. And this is at the same time that he has a lawsuit, a $300 million lawsuit against Showtime. So I mean, he has a lot of issues ahead of him. What do you think about the IRS thing?
Well, Floyd been broke, and bro can't read. So at this point, it don't even. If he could fight till he 100, he might as well just keep fighting. I don't. Even if the record, as long as he can keep making money in that boxing ring, I suggest he keep making money in the boxing ring
Yeah.
because Floyd been blew that money. You could tell he was just living extravagantly. I mean, you go to the casino, I'm bet $1
Bro, I
million.
don't understand how you can have this so much money. All I need is capital. I can make it. You know what I'm saying, double, triple. Floyd could be a billionaire right now, a real estate mogul if he was smart. But to your point,
He don't pay taxes.
he needs to.
He be in jail.
Bro, this boy is wild. I don't understand it, bro. Like listen, there are more tax breaks for the rich than there are for the middle class. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what is your problem? I think he want to start boxing so he can recoup some of that money. We'll pay.
That's the only reason.
You got to fight now. Now you got to fight. Now it's a matter of the Coliseum back in the Roman days where you got to fight to the rest till you die. You're gonna be a slave forever. He's gonna be a slave to IRS.
You really
Like,
hope
dude,
not,
like-
man.
Floyd,
I don't understand
Floyd
it,
is
bro.
his own worst enemy. Floyd don't like honestly. Floyd should just box himself in the ring because that's what he's doing in life.
I just saw that visual just now. It just nah, but for real though, man. Like,
So the thing is,
go ahead, Stan. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. So
Nah,
he's supposed
go
to be
ahead.
having he's supposed to be having a fight with Manny Pacquiao, and when they asked Floyd, he said it was going to be an exhibition. But according to Manny Pacquiao and everybody else, it's an actual fight on their boxing records. And Manny was like, "Oh, that's what he said? That's not the contract we signed." So he got all his money, he got a certain portion at least as an advance. So you better have your ass in that ring whenever the fight's set to take place, or you're gonna have to go against Netflix. So you're gonna have a lawsuit against Showtime, then you might have litigation with Netflix, and then you have a lien against you for unpaid taxes by the IRS. And oh, did I mention he also has lawsuits involving owing millions for luxury watches, gold, and rent on a very expensive apartment called the Baccarat Hotel and Residences. It's a high-end condo tower in Midtown, New York, and it's $100,000 a month for rent. And it said that I think he originally paid maybe one or the first few months, and then he fell behind on it. So they're coming after him for that. So I mean, he has like people left and right that he has financial issues with, or people are saying he's not paying. So if everybody's saying that, or a lot of people were saying that, it would seem that where there's smoke, there's fire. And I know I mentioned that my favorite boxer of all time is Sugar Ray Robinson. But just as with Sugar Ray Robinson had a lot of businesses in Harlem. Like he made a lot of money boxing, but eventually he had to return to boxing because he blew all his money despite building up all those things. And it's like this story never ends. You always have somebody each decade that doesn't learn from the previous person who got into trouble financially as a boxer. I mean, George Foreman, not necessarily his fault. I mean, he spent all his money trying to build facilities to help kids in the community, but he had to come back because he needed money. Vander Holyfield had to come back because he needed money. Manny Pacquiao, giving a lot of money away to people in the Philippines who need it, most likely had to come back and fight because he needed to keep up a certain amount of income to do a lot of these philanthropic endeavors he was doing. And Floyd Mayweather, you have to keep up the name, money, the zero and the lifestyle are what you are. Like, what else do people know you as, and what else are you on the inside?
Bro, he can franchise his name, bro. He can make that into something so big for the boxing community, or just even, dude, like I know that some of these boxers, you know what I'm saying, they have different boxing rings and stuff like that. Who's the boxer that fought me? Muhammad Ali. He has a boxing ring in Philly.
Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
Yeah, Joe Frazier. He has a gym in Philly. Just think about of having several. If you're Floyd Mayweather, having several Money Mayweather team gyms in different, locations in the U.S. Your name alone is going to carry weight. Like everyone wants to be a part of that brand because it's flashy, it's about money and stuff like that. But I don't know, bro. I'm just thinking real estate with him, bro. Like,
mm-hmm. I mean, still,
I don't know.
the spending habits.
Yeah. But I don't know, bro. But
I mean, it's just a cautionary tale.
So he took an advance and did what again with that money?
I don't know what he did with it, but if you take an advance, you can't say you're going to fight an exhibition when you sign up to fight for for your boxing record to be updated. Like, Manny wouldn't just come out to fight you for an exhibition match for 3 rounds and call it. No, he's here to try to beat you, dude. So you can't back out of this. Like, you signed a legally binding contract. You can't just back out of it, especially when they fronted you money. Like, just allegedly, if you've had this same pattern in some way, shape, or form with other people at a lower level, let's say, that's not going to work with these big businesses like Netflix. No, when you sign a contract, they will come after you. They don't care if you're Money Mayweather or if you're Joe Schmo down the street. They're on your ass. Pause. Like, they're going to get after you. So, and I think he's done this before. I don't confirm me on that, but it seems as though he's done this before. I don't know if it's with fights or taking advances out for fights or certain things, but obviously he's had problems with jewelers and people who are involved in real estate, whether he's renting or buying. I think he had some homes foreclosed on recently as well. So you can't run these games on people forever. It's going to come back to bite you at some point, especially when you stop fighting and you don't have $100 million coming in every couple fights.
If I was Mayweather had that money, I would definitely be part of projects that create multiple doors, apartment complexes. They're building out subdivisions like where I live at right now. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of construction projects, so you can actually see that money back. That's just me, bro. And maybe I'm being biased because I'm part of the I'm a realtor. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm biased about that, but it just seems like smart investing to me. Other than stocks and bonds and stuff like that, but just using your money to help flip That's how I just see it, bro. Like, there's no reason why you're rich and then somehow be other than the things that you said. Now, it even still, you giving your money away to people and stuff like that. I do believe there's a responsibility for you to be fiscally responsible to make sure that you know you're not broke ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's easier said than
Yeah,
done because I've never been rich before, so I don't know.
that was a point that Shannon Sharp and Ocho were making on their podcast. I don't know if it was his Uncle Shan saying, he was saying, listen, man, you can have an investment account, or you can have a mutual fund or an ETF where you can live off the residuals, the interest.
The
If you
dividends,
have,
yeah.
yeah, if you have if you have millions upon millions of dollars, you can put that into a fund and just live off the residuals as long as you don't try to live decadently every day. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
no reason why you should even have to touch the money. You're just living off the residuals. So I don't know, man.
But
I think what Mayweather have probably done, he's probably got himself involved in a bunch of stuff that he could never afford in the first place. So high interest loans, probably on a lot of things. Purchasing the upkeep. Like, you can buy a multi-million-dollar home, but can you afford a
mm-hmm.
multi-million-dollar home? You know what I mean? This house costs 10 million, but think about how much money and upkeep it cost to keep a $10 million home up. And that's what people always fail to realize. It's not that you could purchase it, but you can't afford it. And that's what that lavish life creates when you're not making $50 million
Mm-hmm.
dollars every month. You make $50 million once a year, and then you got bills that are to equate to $100 million. You're $50 million in the red
Yeah.
every year. You know what I mean? And that's probably more or less what he's running into.
Yeah.
So even like what Shannon was saying, if you live modestly, you make a lot of money during your playing career. You live modestly, you live off the interest, and you're able to still maintain the life that you created, but not keep on trying to expand the
Mm-hmm.
life you created. You can't make $50 million a year, and then, or in Mayweather's case, now, I mean, he's fighting once every 4 years. You can't keep on go out buying Bentleys, buying Rolls Royces, buying yachts. You can't buy. You don't even have the money. You don't have the money coming in. And then if you're not paying the taxes on the money, that's a whole nother thing. So when they come in and then take half of what you've already made, and you don't even have that, now you're in a tax liability. It's just a going nowhere
Yeah.
fast. So you gotta literally go and fight to make back what you've already
And you
spent,
still gotta pay taxes on that.
Yeah.
and still gotta pay taxes on that.
Right.
Mayweather's in trouble. That's it.
We will see.
That's it. Mayweather's in trouble.
Like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Nothing's confirmed, but all the signs, there's a lot of red flags. Put it like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I mean, is this fight happening or not?
I mean, I would assume so. Contract signed, venue set, advancements has been given out. They're going to want someone to return on their investment. So if it don't happen, it's going to be an interesting summer. I'll say that.
So Pacquiao said. So Mayweather said this is an expedition match, right? Exhibition match, and Pacquiao like, no, it's not. So what are they actually fighting for? Like, what's the reward? What is it?
Oh, it's for Pacquiao wants to win on his record. He wants. I don't know. They probably make a belt for them. Who knows? But he wants that lick back. They make like 10 million belts nowadays. They make a belt for everything now.
ARP belt. Double ARP belt.
Yeah, it's going to be star-studded, man. It's going to be star-studded.
It's wild, bro.
Listen,
what
man.
You got, bro?
That's it's man. It's them guys. I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. And Netflix, Netflix just gonna put on there whatever people gonna watch. They don't care.
I'm not watching that
Netflix
fight
got so much
regardless.
money.
I mean, I watch the highlights. If somebody buy it, I might watch it. I'm like, y'all pay the money anyway. I might as well see it for free and not waste my money. But other than that, what are we doing here, man?
Who's on the undercard?
No clue. Haven't looked. Don't care. But I probably should though. I probably should. Maybe somebody getting their shot.
Somebody might be a good card.
Yeah, you're right.
Might be a good card.
You're right.
He said, "Don't care." I feel you, Steve. Right?
Don't care.
I feel you.
Damn.
I feel you though. But yo, I mean, so we talk about a lot. We talk about Armenian drug lords, fraud. We talk about AI taking over the world potentially. And we talk about how broke Floyd Mayweather is, or how he's fumbling the bag, rather. But yeah, bro, this is episode 6. Fellas, you got anything to say before we roll out?
Don't commit fraud. Just stay away from the fraud. Whatever you do, just try to live your life right. Don't try to defraud everyone. I mean, you might have to do a little something here and there to get ahead, but you ain't got a fraud. You ain't got a fraud. You don't got a fraud.
Might have to do a little something here and there.
Do a little something here and there.
That's real as it
gets.
Gotta
be on that
I
fraud.
guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's all I got.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't listen. let Tom do what he do, man. It's because you know what? That's it's because you're a Dodgers fan. That's why that happened, man.
Yeah.
There's some of the side effects of becoming a Dodgers fan.
I mean, according to the league, they talking about the Dodgers as fraud. According to the league, they just want to keep on putting the money. You know what I mean? Everybody.
Wait, seriously? What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because everybody they deferred their contracts, so everybody's contracts are deferred till Shohei's contract is deferred to basically after he retires.
Yeah.
So they don't have to pay him until after he retires for the most part. He's just living off of all his endorsement money, and a few other players on the team are doing that as well too. So the other teams in the league are basically saying, "How can that be done? How can that be done?" That's why we have the largest contractual agreements in the league, because everybody deferred their contract to win.
What's that going to do? So what if like 5 players decide to retire? Like, what does that do for the salary cap? Like, is that all one lump sum, or is that over a period of time?
Well, that's the problem with the MLB. There is no cap.
Oh, jeez Louise.
That's why luxury tax. It's luxury tax, but y'all pay luxury tax. I don't know how that works beyond that.
Don't have to. Everybody's deferred.
Wait, there's no salary cap in baseball?
No.
Yo, I never knew that.
Just pay with
I just thought they got paid that much because the season is a lot longer than NFL football and even basketball. I didn't know there was a freaking salary cap. There wasn't one.
No, there's no salary cap, but like Stan said, there's a luxury tax. So if you if you spend a ridiculous amount, you got to pay that tax on it. But if you defer everybody's contract and kick it down the road, you don't have to pay the luxury tax either. And then you'll just pay the guys at the end of the contract. But that money's held in escrow, and there's money that's gained interest on that. So the team is just making money on money. Magic Johnson is a genius.
Dang. Well, congrats to those guys.
That's why they keep on winning championships.
Listen, if they want to take a pay cut,
anyway,
go
the owners meeting this year.
Yeah.
Basically, but that's what I'm saying. They are taking a pay cut. That's why everybody's so mad. Oh, they deferred their money. But think about it. These guys are not making that much money to play. They just know they're gonna get it at the back end. Like when AI put that 50 million up to after his career.
Word. Oh, speaking of AI, different podcast show, different episode. But we gotta speak about my boy AI, bro. We spoke about GOATs, greatest of all times.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Kobe Bryant said this. If AI was 6'5", the NBA is in trouble.
Oh, that's a fact.
Oh yeah, Sixers would have won a couple chips.
Yeah.
6'6", they was in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sixers would have won. Sixers would have at least won one. At least one.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to AI, bro. Stan, real quick before we end up, you got anything you want to say, brother?
Nah, man. Just honestly, I'm just happy to be here, man. Just enjoying life. Happy to be here, talking about things that a lot of people don't get to talk about or don't think about every day.
Yeah,
That's it.
I enjoy it too. It's fun, man. I learned a lot from you guys too. So
Same.
listen. This is Jack of All Trades, episode 6. We out of here.
Jack of all trades, I move how I move.